Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got the squad in the building. Yeah. Hey, man, a lot to get into on today's show. Yes, man, formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don in the building as always. Of course, the super producer Joel Holt in the back. And Jordan JC, are you on camera yet, Jordan? Are you? Oh, we got his forehead. Oh God, Jordan JC in the building on the ones and twos. Wow. You would think we'd have this together already. Hey, got a lot to get into on this episode, man. Bears OTA getting underway, and we got to talk about what there is to watch for this week. I think there's a lot that you really, at least for me, that I really want to see going through OTAs all the way to training camp, all that stuff. Also, got to look at Caleb and Brady talk. We got a little Caleb and Tom Brady chilling together, talking together, hanging together. Are they buds? Are they best friends? No, little. Got to let it play out. Is that it? We good?
That's it.
A very interesting stat to me that has me asking the question, has Adam Silver changed the NBA forever? At least the last 6 years would speak to that. And, of course, best and worst of the weekend, all that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. And, boys, just in case you were wondering, not only are we live on YouTube and, of course, the Twitch, the few people that we have on Twitch to come through. Shout out to y'all. Live on Twitter as well. What's going on? Say what up to Twitter, boys. Or X. Are we calling it X? I'm not an X guy. Twix? Not an X guy. I'm not Twix.
I like Twix.
You like a Twix?
I like Twix.
We're live on Twix right now. We're live on Twix. That sounds freaky. I don't like that.
Get a little hungry.
Live on Twix sounds
X, I don't know, but Twix a little bit better.
What's going on, boys? How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling?
I'm good.
Good weekend.
Good weekend. How many steaks?
Realistically, no. I didn't have a steak. No, I had steak fried rice.
Oh God, this man can't be
steak
stopped.
Fried rice the other day.
He cannot be stopped.
Wait. CAP.
That's never cap. I'm always once a week, baby.
Oh man, I tell you what, cows fear Jordan. I'll tell you that right now. Let's jump into this OTA talk, boys. What is some of the stuff that you want to see from OTAs? Bears reporting the OTAs today. And listen, we know of course Caleb Williams is the one thing that we want to see happen the most, but like this is a very different OTAs, and I talked about this on today's episode of the Chicago Bears podcast. Tap in with us over there as well. But to me, this is an OTAs that you have Caleb Williams very much prepared to this point. And so one of the things that I really want to see is kind of how he works his way in with some of these veterans, how he kind of gets his footing in there, how he adjusts from DJ Moore to Keenan Allen to Rome Odunze to Cole Kmet to Gerald, because there's a ton of weapons here. There's a lot of knowledge that he's going to have early on. So one of the things that I really want to see is how is he going to adjust as a veteran or as a rookie to what some of these veterans are already doing. What do you guys want to see out of Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears team during OTAs?
Well, I think for me, off rip, I would want to get that. I would want to get the center position established because
that's a great conversation.
To me, the biggest thing that I want to see come out of this is the center to quarterback, basically handoff. You have to get that down. That is very, very important because we've been talking about it for a couple years now. You've been getting guards that have tried to switch to center or they played a little bit of center, and it hasn't fit quite right. So hopefully the guys that are brought in, you got the Ryan Bates. Post has been speaking very highly of this dude. We know that he wanted him previous, so now he's finally got him. How does he adjust to Caleb? And listen, I'm also trying to figure out who's basically gonna be Caleb's basically third down talking to me. I mean, you talked about it. He's got a familiarity with Rome already. but you also got DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. So I want to see who he goes to early because I think whoever he picks now is going to be that guy heading into the season. When we talk about third down targets.
I like that point, Ringo, because I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, when you're picking up somebody like Keenan Allen, who has a track record of being a reliable third down wide receiver who's always looking for those spots in the soft spots in the zones, seems to always be open. He's a quarterback's best friend on those type of downs. And so, yeah, I mean, you just got a slew of picks, the people that you can throw to. To me, it's all about just continuing to build the chemistry with these receivers. That's what I want to see with Caleb. I'm really, really looking forward to how the DBs versus the wide receivers are going to match up during OTAs. That's going to be really, really fun because both of those groups are really special, I think. And that's where I see, the funnest matchup, in my opinion.
We got 100 in the chat, by the way.
Over 100 in the chat.
No. I think what everyone's saying, it's to piggyback off what everyone is saying.
You unprepared bastards.
To piggyback, it's just I think what I'd like to see is that if they have the offense put in place, that there is the confidence to come out. What I don't want to see is like some of the last year and years prior, I don't want to be lied to. Oh yeah, the practice looked great.
Yeah,
and then we come out there and it looks bad, or they're just covering up things. But I ain't
gonna lie to you. Usually the reports aren't that practice.
But you've been there, you've seen things.
But I think here's the thing. When we go to OTAs and we go to training, I'll be at OTAs on Thursday. That's the one day they have media availability this week. When we go to OTAs and we go to training camp and stuff like that, and we come back and we go, hey, well, really good. Then we get cooked. Then it's, oh my God, you're not looking at, you're a hater. You don't see how he came out the break. I saw this on the video, and on the video, he's like, yeah, you saw this on the video. But what you don't see is how many times this guy should have been sacked, or how many times, this route had to be run, or how many times you don't see the coach. But it's, it's the time of year when everybody's sunshine and rainbows. So
we got we got Adam Mason in the room. What's going on,
that's
Adam Mason in the room, brother.
Shout out.
What's going on, mate?
To me, I always think that's the funniest time because those are the same dudes. When we be doing our draft breakdowns, when it gets to around this time, those are the same dudes that be turning around sending us all the wide receivers that be getting the free releases.
Oh yeah, dog.
And oh man, he's nuts. You gotta watch him.
The other really, I think what we really need to really pay attention to is like you said, is the offensive line actually better? Is the defensive line, are they taking the next steps? Is it Dexter taking the next step? Who is going to be the other edge opposite of Montez Sweat that's actually going to contribute? Will it be DeMarcus Walker? Are they going to possibly re-sign Yannick? Is it going to be someone? Is it Booker, who's this raw, athletic, whatever, freaking nature guy, and then does he actually step up? I need to see those trenches fixed because as much as we are excited that we have a quarterback with Caleb, if one, they can't protect them, and then our defense can't stop anybody on third down, on passing situations, then I'd like to see that we have made some type of improvement.
I think that's what's interesting too. You brought up the center position as well. That to me is one of the things that you have to watch for the most because did we address it? Yes, we addressed it. In theory, the center position has been taken care of during the offseason. But you're talking about 150 snaps out of one guy. Yeah. And the other guys are starting center who basically they were like, we're okay if you leave. Seriously, I think that's the big thing for me when I look at the center position. I love the fact that you go out and get Coleman Shelton. I love the fact that you've got Ryan Bates in there. But the whole turning a center or turning a guard into a center, Yurko talked about it on the Chicago Bears podcast. He said it's always easier to turn a guard into a center than to turn a center into a guard. And you saw that kind of it's always easier to turn a center into a guard instead of turning a guard into a center. And you saw that. We've seen that over the years, right? Where centers, as they start to get older and they start to lose a little bit more ability, they're kind of able to move out into the guard position where there's more help for them. Versus guards who, you get some guards that go inside, but you're not sitting there with a bunch of truly great ones. And so I'm focused heavily in on what Ryan Bates can do. You know what I mean? Because I think to me, my quarterback's life is dependent on how well he snaps the football. We can say whatever we want about Justin last year, missed on guys, didn't get enough, didn't do enough. Fine. It is what it is. He's not here anymore. But the one thing that stood out glaringly that I always brought up was, whoa, how the heck are you going to snap or how are you going to get to your receiver in time if you got to play shortstop on the snap the second it comes out? Because it's trying to roll through your legs, or you got a hopper that's going high and you got to catch it before it gets it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see Caleb Williams have to deal with that, because if the center to quarterback exchange is off, then guess what? It's going to be.
We're going to have problems.
It's not even that you're going to have it's going to be problems that Caleb Williams can't overcome, and you've given him situations where he should be able to overcome most of the problems as long as the center to quarterback exchange starts off well. So I think that is one of the things that I'm going to be most focused on in OTAs.
And I think, too, even if Ryan Bates, comes out and does the job, I mean, he's still young enough. Now you're looking at possibly signing him to a long-term deal. So, I mean, if it works out, cool. I mean, but if not, like you said, they're definitely gonna have some issues, and that's something that you don't want to run into with Caleb, especially because you basically fixed, or you feel like you fixed everything else on the offense for him to be successful.
Or they just gonna come out firing.
Hey,
this thing up.
Hey,
they got it.
Well, I mean, listen, like I said, it's OTAs. I'm not losing my
going
mind.
to the Super Bowl. Hey, brother, right here.
That's right.
Pow, right there. Coming through Hallis Hall. Yeah.
I'm not losing my mind over anything at OTAs. I'm not. I think there's certain things that you can watch in on closely. I think there's certain things that you could kind of try and tap into and take away from. But at the end of the day, right, this is still shorts and t-shirts. A lot of the things that I am looking for is chemistry. But I will say this: you can win I don't know if you can win a position. You can win a position if you kind of already had a position, right? But it'll be good to see Caleb kind of working with, like I said, those veterans. How are you working with Ryan Bates? How are you working with Coleman Shelton? I think Caleb needs to be a part of that conversation. Who snaps the ball best? Who's getting the ball to you the best way? Because in theory, you've got two guys that should be able to do at a minimum, snap and block.
Service. Please be serviceable.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I would love for Ryan Bates to be the answer, because Ryan Bates is 27 years old.
27.
Yeah.
That's 5 to 6 years out of a guy if you've got him as the right guy, if you've got him as the answer. I would love for Ryan Bates to be the answer, even because Coleman Shelton is what? Coleman Shelton's 31 already? Yeah, I mean, like there's a reason. I keep going back to this. There's a reason the Rams let him go. It's got to be. If he's an elite starting center, you're not letting him go.
No, right. You don't let those just walk out the door. Yeah.
Or is it diamond in the rough?
No.
Oh, no, not a diamond in a rough that's been started. Yeah, I mean, that's
sorry, my fault.
I will say this to a smaller degree. We're gonna start finding out why Velus Jones is still on this freaking football team. I want to see what the special teams has in store for him, because if he looks anything different with these new rules, okay, fine. But why is he still on this team?
Because he's got speed.
He's got nudes of Richard Hightower. I'm telling you,
he probably does. Yeah.
He's got nudes of Richard Hightower. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this, this
year, I don't want
year,
to be the P kid of
you are
of
yeah. You're the P kid of Velus Jones.
Oh, by the way, we have 200 in the chat.
Over 200 in the chat. 200.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we got over 100 people on Twitter.
Do we?
Got to, because it's not 200 on YouTube.
It says 200 right there.
Let me check. That's I actually can click on that. If you click on that number, we got 85 people over on the Twitter side. Shout out to Twitter, man. 127 on YouTube, 85 on Twitter. Nobody's watching on Facebook, because who's still there?
As my kids say, that's for old people.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Facebook do feel old, bro. I go on Facebook, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Like, you gotta have an account.
Well, they link Instagram with Facebook now, so it's all together. So it's just
the only way I know.
No, it's not the same. No. But anyway, you were saying.
No, I just think that
you were defending Velus.
I'm just saying he
said he has
he
speed.
didn't fumble.
Got his speed.
Did he fumble the last few games last year? He
No,
didn't
he didn't
fumble.
fumble.
but he didn't do
improved.
anything.
Because they were scared to put him out there. At the time that they actually put him out there, he actually didn't screw it up. He didn't screw the pooch.
He didn't screw the pooch.
So the whole thing
Hey, by the
is,
way, can I vote for that being a top 5 white statement all time? I remember hearing AD say that, and he was just like, "Yeah, it means I messed up." I was like, "No, it don't. It means you have sex with dogs." Bro. Like, what is? Why are we saying that?
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
was just
crazy
trolling.
statement to
Super
start.
out.
I was just trolling. Shout out to my cuz. What up, big cuz?
Hey, he also didn't catch the football when it was thrown his way. Though.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Remember-
they
remember
had
that-
him in.
remember that ball
no,
bounced
no,
off his,
They had him. No, they had him in short.
No,
had him
remember that
screens.
Remember
and,
that Hail Mary
Gadget
for
plays?
a touchdown?
Oh, you mean that doesn't that? I'm not.
Oh, that don't count.
That don't count.
That don't count.
Okay,
Hold
now,
on,
okay,
guys,
now
guys,
we
just
speak.
erase that from the memory.
Now
What
we
I'm
speak it.
saying is, I see the value of him in the return game. That's all. With the new
Do
rules,
we?
that's the whole point.
That's
That's all I'm saying.
Here's my thing. And
That's all-
and
that's
this
all I
is
look at.
the return game is something interesting to watch, mostly to see kind of how the new kickoff rules play. Like that's one of the things I'm more interested in seeing when I go up to Hallis on Thursday. But
Big flex.
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, not really. They put us halfway across the world, and I got to binocular it up to
Closer
be
than
able to
us.
even see it. You know what I mean? Got to get my binocs ready. You know what I mean? I don't even own a pair of binoculars.
You're binocs.
I gotta buy binocs. And I'm trying to see
Nice, nah.
nice knocks.
Nice.
No, but that's so funny. That's so good. That's so good. But I really want to see like what is the value? Like is Valus, if his value is just the kick returner, ladies and gentlemen, he's not Devin Hester.
Well, I'm just saying
No.
no
There's
one really
7
is.
guys on this team that can return kicks that aren't starting guys.
Well, I mean, we can't cut them, but the whole point is that
Oh, we can.
that's how I see the value is that he in the return game. That's it. I'm not looking at him to be
we'll see.
the next number 3 or 4 receiver. We already have all that. He's
Yeah.
that's where his value is. And if he doesn't deliver, then isn't this his last year? It's his 3rd year, right?
But I mean, to me, it's like
We really have a
there's
full on Valus conversation.
it's
That is crazy.
it's literally, and I said this when he got drafted. I felt like there was no room for him then because at that time you had Dante Pettis, you had other people on the roster.
I'd rather have
I
Dante
mean,
Pettis returning kicks.
I mean,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
even last year, you brought in dudes that made their name on special teams. So, I mean, hopefully he shows something. I could be wrong, but I mean, right now, I don't see the value for him on the squad. I'm not gonna lie.
I love the fact that Joel had a Valus Jones picture ready to go. Oh, it's a revolving picture. Hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in.
I was making it on the fly right now.
Hit that
so
like
sorry.
button, subscribe to the page, man. We got to keep the conversation going though, because I think that this gets a little bit deeper, ladies and gentlemen, because we got hey yo, that was crazy. Oh, whoa, relax.
They go flag
That's
yourself.
on me. That's on me. I touched the ball, coach. You know what I mean? I'm very honest about it. But no, I think that the one thing to me that is interesting is hearing that Caleb Williams, of course, and a bunch of other rookies were meeting with Tom Brady and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Hove. Yep, Hove. And that Brady and Caleb kind of got an opportunity to sit down and talk. And basically, I believe it was Sylvie that said this, that he heard that there was a text messaging conversation afterwards. And the conversation basically was about, hey, make sure that you're focused on ball. Make sure the ball is the focus in your life, which I love coming from Tom Brady, because we had Clay Harbor on the Bears pod last week. And he said he went to the Patriots and he's sitting there and he's in meeting rooms and Tom Brady is 10 years into the system and he's taking notes like he's a rookie. Like there's a mindset to being great that I do think Caleb has exuded since he's been here. And the one question is always, okay, can a guy stay focused? I think Caleb Williams is a guy that's able to stay focused based on all of the stories that we've heard about him. But just being able to pick the GOAT's brain, being able to hear that from Tom, because it's a long way from a guy being TB12 to the Tom Brady that came in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And that was a full focus on me focusing on ball.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that's
Grady
I think the thing that really stands out to me too is the fact that even when you hear Caleb, on the Pivot podcast.
Yeah.
And then you go back and hear you know somehow Brady was brought up. Caleb is very sure of himself. He knows like he knows where he's trying to get to. He knows where he wants to be. And I think him getting that information from the greatest of all time,
yeah,
at that point for Brady to send down that knowledge, it's just I think that this was just a reminder, like, hey, okay, like even the GOAT is saying this, and then possibly I can lean on him if I need anything extra in terms of football advice. I think this is also a phenomenal step in the right direction for him to get to where he needs to go.
What I like is it's kind of they didn't say anything from what we heard. It wasn't necessarily anything profound, but it just showed that it's about being consistency, and you can't just take things for granted. Like the way I grew up, like they say things that my father would tell me, keep doing things that get better. My father would tell me, for example, buy things that make you better. So other people want to do other silly things. I bought tools. I bought things. So the same things he said, I treated every day, like every game counted, the preseasons all the way to the regular season games. So by the time I was prepared to go to the Super Bowl, it was like a regular game. Jay-Z was saying you keep getting better, you keep evolving, because if you stay complacent, you're not going to get better. So it's like that rang true with me, because I'm like, that's kind of I've been living my whole life. And if that's the thing, we keep doing stuff and we always get better. Even like our show, like where we started from for what we're doing now, we're always getting better. So I hope that what I like with Caleb is that as a young guy coming in with that type of mentality, hopefully he doesn't take it for granted. And so, and that's the easy thing, to start reading your own press clippings and believing in your own self instead of like continually getting better. So I can appreciate that advice.
No, Jordan. Go Jordan. No, Jordan. What were your thoughts on Brady? What were your thoughts on Tom? It doesn't matter what your thoughts on Tom were.
Oh man. No, you know what?
I said it was my turn.
You said it was my turn.
You guys. No, I just thought that overall, I thought that the idea of him, first of all, him like locking in, as you see in the image, I think that he is someone who is, even by all accounts, his coaches and his players from USC said that he's borderline obsessive. And one of the things that I mentioned before when we talked about talent is the fact that you can have talent. Like all these people that go into the league, when it comes to the NBA, I don't know why y'all laughing.
No,
but anyway,
no, we're laughing at Grady. Don't worry about it.
Grady
got me with that one.
I can't stand Grady.
But anyway,
the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, all of these different professional sports, like the guys come in these leagues all the time. But what makes a person stand out, what makes a person a superstar, is their drive, their work ethic, the time that they put into their craft. And you have to be, like he said, Tom Brady said, you have to be completely obsessed. And as Joe said, you got to treat this preseason game, treat OTA like, oh, we getting ready for the Super Bowl next week. Like you have to be that locked in, and for the next 20 years. And you saw, again, going back to the Pivot podcast, Caleb has all that on his phone. Like he has these lists of goals
I took that
to hit.
I took that. That's hard.
He's not erasing that until it gets done.
Yeah,
I like that mentality. Yeah, and, that's what I really took away from that.
And
I took that from the Pivot podcast. That was hard. I got that on my phone now. It's a section that just got a list of goals on it that we're trying to accomplish this year. And at the top of it is money. No, but if anybody's trying to pay sponsorship, this could be brought to you. We gotta get a blank square that we put on the screen and just go, this could be you. Brought to you by nobody. Yeah.
I can make that.
It just gets that mug thrown up there.
I think what I like too is that the leadership from that position will hopefully resonate with the rest of the players and the ones that want to be there versus the ones that don't, because there are clearly football players that are there just to get paid, and there's others there for the love of the game. So if he has that and he actually takes root as a true leader and does his thing, we'll see everybody else. That should be a positive effect. No,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I love the fact that, here's the thing, because I'm not going to sit here and go so in depth in this. This is like, we know everything Brady was thinking, because we don't. But the one thing that I do hope that this permeates, because I think this may need to be something that happens with Caleb, because of the situation of us keeping our coach and him possibly winning Coach of the Year according to the odds, all of this stuff, right?
Crazy.
I hope that Caleb, I hope that mindset permeates up. You're talking about it going to the rest of the players. I need Flus to care about preseason. I need Flus to care about OTAs and training camp and getting guys ready and having them prepared for the season. That's really what I want to see. Like the conference, can we get Flus to talk to Tom Brady?
Yeah. or Belichick.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
We got 300 in the chat.
Over 300 in the chat. 300. Ooh, 176 on YouTube, 127 on Twitter.
Okay.
Shout out to Twitter. I don't know if it's
Twitter's
bots or
on the
not,
thing.
but they're watching, baby.
Hey,
but no, I think even with the preseason conversation though, right? Like he's like Tom has talked like in depth since he retired about like, yeah, the coaches haven't been doing this. I don't like what they're doing with the QBs. These guys aren't ready to come to play. So if you putting that mindset in the case like, hey, you need to get these things squared away now, that'll help them later. But even on the mindset of it's like JC was saying, like you got some of these guys that are just here to get paid, and you know some of these guys that are running for the love of the game. What are you going to do to make yourself stand out? We hear Draymond Green talk about that. There's been clips of Bradley Beal talking about that. Pat Bev talked about that.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of people that talk about it that you kind of just go, oh.
Yeah. But then it's like
maybe apply that a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean they've made impact in certain respects. So I mean, hopefully this does permeate down to the team, and we do get a new Flus to go along with the new haircut and the new chain. That's
really what it is for me. I think that, dog, I'm telling you, you cannot come into this season and treat preseason and training camp like it's not and you get an extra week.
Yeah.
Your team was the most. I watched every single game of week 1 last year. There was no team more unprepared than the Chicago Bears.
But see,
and the Carolina Panthers in the league.
You know,
they were prepared. They just are bad.
Now trust me. Shout out to the big homie Steve Boyd. My issue is there was so many layers to that because I definitely thought that Eberflus did a bad job of preparation, but then again, you got the coaching situation. You got
that's not week 1.
That was all of that. Week 1 was bad.
The coaching situation didn't happen until week 3.
But we don't know what else was happening back there. Now, my point is, I was just as mad as everybody. Like we waited all summer for this, and the first week we looked like this.
Yeah.
Now, is that also the ineptitude of Luke Getsy? Is that also the combination of Fields couldn't execute the game plan? There's a few things that go into that. So I just hope to your point.
One person though.
No, I just hope to your point that this guy has been given hopefully a Ferrari and he's jacking up the clutch. You know, because he don't know how to freaking put it in first gear.
It's a good analogy.
I try to work on that. I got kids.
No, I agree with you, but it is, and it's a
teaching moment.
Here's the funny thing, right? Like I think that's a great, it's a great analogy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like it's funny because Brady to me is a great name for him to be talking to, because what did we hear about Brady? Now Brady had to become that guy, but what we hear about the Patriots days is that everybody played for Brady. Everybody worked for Belichick.
Funny one, Travis. That's funny.
So it may be a situation where your quarterback has to set the mindset. Maybe Flus, not to say he's coming along for the ride, but that, you know what I mean? He's giving his input here. And what?
How about this? How about shout out that we have a quarterback that's even talking to Tom Brady?
I mean, Justin talked to Mike Vick.
That's cool.
I was gonna say it's just the same level.
I mean, that's okay.
Justin talked to Mike Vick.
Those are good guys. That's cool. Those are good.
Cool.
What about the fact that like we have an audience where we got the number 1 guy and he started picking the brain of a great. That's great.
No, but my point in all of it is I just hope that the relationship that comes from it is success all the way around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not just success to the players going down. It's just that Caleb maybe comes in and says, "No, Flus, we need to go a little bit harder in this practice today." no, Flus, we need to do a little bit more with this practice today. No, Flus, we need to run that play again, because the unpreparedness that we saw from Chicago is unacceptable this season.
Mm-hmm.
Because from what we're hearing right now, you have a quarterback who seems to always be prepared. So if all of a sudden we get to the point where he's unprepared, who are we looking at? Yeah. I'm not looking at the rookie that's supposed to have coaching and everything put in place for him.
Or he's the guy that we need. If this ends up,
I love that Joe just keeps going back like, or he wins the Super Bowl year one.
That cures everything.
17-0, baby.
And listen, like,
23 games.
Maybe
23 and what?
No, I'm saying, is it 20 games?
The season and the playoffs. How much would that be if we just won out?
Right? 21, right?
4 games.
If we get a wild card, it's 21. But if we're 17-0, we're the best team in the NFL, baby.
So you host
I'm telling you, dog. The skit may come true. What if the skit comes true? What if they go 16-1? What if the unbiased Bears fan skit comes true? And
Niners,
that was too funny. The fact that you had your version of the Homer Pats just talking about every time you mention Green Bay, it's like,
hey, I'm not gonna lie. All season, I put this on Twitter today. All season long, whenever somebody brings up a Packer debate, I've already got the video cut out. But it's just like, the Packers are gonna the who? Bear dumb. Bear dumb. Not even bear down. Bear dumb.
That's hilarious, man.
That was too funny.
Oh, God. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let us know your thoughts on Tom Brady talking with Caleb Williams. Look how focused Caleb is in that picture, man. I mean, he is paying attention. Laser focus.
He's like, I'm coming for the wins, for the Super Bowls.
I feel like you think TB maybe a little grudge towards all the quarterbacks in this draft that went like in the first round?
No, but you know what? His story, the thing about Brady with me is like, he's got the biggest chip on his shoulder, right? Because everybody it was all that love about Tom Brady. If he doesn't go through that, he doesn't become who he is, right?
You know what's hilarious? Have you seen Brady talk about that? Where he's like, I always had to, he does basically to Jordan, I had to do something to make me mad.
Yeah.
And it just seems completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like, I had to do something to just
motivate himself.
I'm so angry. Like, what did he say?
That competitive
Who
drive.
did he like he's dead serious about it, but him explaining it, like when Michael talked about it, it's just like, yeah, I basically said that who was the player? He said
the guy from Washington.
Yeah. He said good game, Mike.
Yeah, and the guy
said that to me. I was like, God never talked to me.
Yeah, never said a word.
Yeah. One last point I know before we move on. I do want to acknowledge the fact that Tom already mentioned that, you got everything facing against you. These young guys that are coming in with the NIL deals, the social media, everything, the distraction of money and everything. I feel like Caleb already has a leg up because he's already experienced that at the college level. Making millions, having his own place over the stadium. Like he's already experienced a level of stardom that possibly some of these other guys haven't. And so, you get that out of the way as a distraction. I hope that he's laser focused on that level too.
Yeah, that was the thing is that, he should be adjusted because he's already been a millionaire for a couple of years. So now it's all about winning, which is actually great. NIL is probably just a weeding out process of who's serious about their craft versus who's just there to get some money. I imagine a few guys end up dropping off because it's like, well, I could take care of my family now. And I'm good. I'm happy. And
I am intrigued to see that down the line. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like with the NIL process, like how many dudes get the check and just stop? Because the drive used to always be get to the pros, and then you get to the pros, you get the check, and then you stop,
and then you buy every arcade game in your basement.
No, I mean, I think what it is, I think you're gonna wind up seeing that a lot though, because I mean, even you see it now. You got guys that's coming from no-name schools that was putting up like astronomical numbers, and now I'm going to the LSUs, I'm going to the Bamas, I'm going to I'm going to the Michigans. By the time they get to the NIL, okay, I already made like $4 million.
Yeah.
So it's by that time that they think that's gonna hold them over.
And you know what it is? You know it's gonna be it's gonna be a principle that I swear is one to live by. The enemy of good is great. Or the enemy of great is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's gonna be so many people that are like, I'm good.
Yeah.
4 M's, how I'm gonna mess up 4 M's? I'm good.
They still gonna mess it up.
Ain't gonna mess it up.
What was it? There's a statistic that 70% of most athletes are broke. You know, they go broke because they don't know what.
I don't know if that's still true. I gotta see. We might need to upgrade that stat because there's so many things in place now for you to not mess your money up.
We got to shout out the chat, man.
Big shout out to the chat. Hold on, I was about to shout out Raging for this one because this is a great comment. Caleb looking like, how you fumble that, dog?
How you fumble that?
Yeah, I mean, hey, and you want to know the thing?
Hey, it's not a fumble, Raging. That's a tuck.
Daniel something was number. What was number one? Daniel something news. Where'd it go?
Number one person in the chat.
Yeah,
we got too many chats.
Oh, yeah.
I see. It's
all too many chats.
Nah, I think the thing is too, just pay attention to how many kids left their school and like was on their third school, and they got that money and now they're in the league.
Oh, that's gonna be the ugly part. I'm not gonna lie. The transfer portal is the part that makes it kind of interesting.
Yeah, because
it's like now you just got free agency basically.
Because it's like, bro,
we got Canes willing to give you $3 million to come eat chicken here. Whoa.
Because it's like
that feels racist.
I don't know.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. If you have not done so, we got to keep this show moving along, man. We actually got to get back to one of our ad reads, though, real quick. One that we have not used in a while. But money, you know what I'm saying? We'll be right back right after this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. I love seeing the comments during the Aura commercial. Bro must be vibing off of that beat. Jay Greer said, "Did the diddler produce that Aura track, champ? Is Diddy the Aura CEO? He is not.
Diddy couldn't make that beat. He don't make no music. He gets somebody else to do it.
Hey, Diddy could dance in the background of me doing the ad read on that beat, though. That's the one part you got to watch for. Take that. Ray just said, "Pause. The back door is open." I didn't write it. I didn't write. Hey, Crimson. No, brother. No, just no. I'm not even gonna read the comment. Lock that mug up. Hey, man, let's keep this thing going along because I think there's a very interesting conversation around. First off, the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals are set. There's, of course, so much to talk about around this, but.
You want to go silver first, or you want to go?
I'm going silver first. Okay. I'm going silver first. We're going silver. Has Adam Silver changed the NBA forever? And this is why I asked that question. I saw this stat yesterday on TNT. I thought it was so intriguing that over the last 6 years, this is the first time during this span of time that there has not been a repeat champion.
That's so crazy.
Thank
6
goodness.
years.
Thank goodness.
First time in NBA history that there has not been a repeat champion. And we've talked about how much parity there is in the league now. Of course, your NBA champion last year gets booted. And I think that's what makes this so interesting, because over the last 6 years, there has not been an NBA champion that has made it to the conference finals again.
Yeah. Since, what is it, 6 years?
Yeah.
6 years. So that would have been, who would that have been?
2018.
The Toronto Raptors, right?
Well,
That
yeah,
would have been the Raptors
It
championship.
would actually be the Warriors.
No, the Raptors.
Well, the Raptors beat the Warriors.
Raptors beat the Warriors. Warriors won again.
But the point was they didn't make it out of the first or second round or something.
They didn't
like
make it
that.
out of first. Yeah,
That
they didn't
was
make it
in
out of the
six-
second round next year.
Yeah, so it would be the Warriors to the
2018?
Raptors to something
18, they won the championship. 19, they didn't make it out of the second round.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's just so interesting, because to me, when you look at the success of a team or how a team should be playing, or you know what I mean, like all of those things that you would expect to repeat.
Yeah,
our
Toronto.
entire lives is repeat.
It's Toronto. Yeah, some Golden State won
Our entire lives is the Spurs dynasty,
dynasties.
the
dynasty.
Bulls
No, I'm
dynasty,
sorry.
the
dynasty.
dynasty,
Hate that.
Golden State,
The Heat.
the Heat.
So.
I don't know. Yeah. They did repeat, but I don't know
They
about
got two.
dynasty.
They got two in a
Doing
row.
dynasty.
They did two in a
We
row.
doing dynasty.
They did two in a row. They went to three
they-
finals.
They got 2 out of 4, but is that a
Call it
dynasty?
No.
Well, they
Dynasty.
went to 4 finals and they got half of them.
The majority of the finals we've been in, though.
The majority of what finals you been in?
I think it
The,
was
the
like.
majority of what finals?
What are you talking about?
You said the majority of the finals we've been in.
the right. I'm talking about like over. I think somebody said like the last 10, like up until this point.
LeBron has been in, not the Miami Heat.
Yes, they have.
Oh, that might be
Mike,
true.
speaking of
actually.
Mike.
Exactly.
The
what
Oh,
you
bubble
talking about?
championship, Jimmy.
Oh,
versus
y'all be
LeBron.
losing a lot
like-
though.
But we're there. Are the Bulls?
Y'all be
Okay.
losing a lot.
Anyway,
Man, an L is an L. We still
hey,
on
hey,
vacation.
hey,
The whole
well,
point
hey,
is
we-
that
we
there's
got-
no
we
the
got that.
parity. The parity
That
is
might be true. They've been there
Parity's
6
here.
times
what?
since LeBron. They've been there 6 times. I forgot about the bubble one.
Yeah, Jimmy took him far. Yeah.
but nah, I was just gonna say I think that he has fixed it, because when it first started and he put everything in place, everybody's like, okay, we're not sure where this is gonna go, this, that, and the third. But it's like now you legitimately have to stay, like the GMs have to stay on top of their game,
Yeah.
to either keep these teams together that won, or somehow improve on the teams that they already have. Like they were talking about it yesterday, like Bruce Brown and Jeff Green leaving. You don't think that those are big losses, but I mean
They changed your whole
yeah,
thing.
That's
if
what-
we've been honest, that changes everything. Because now if you look in the West, if you're not 7 foot and above with at least
That's
that-
the Warriors.
That's what's so interesting. It's not about losing your stars anymore.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
think
depth.
the
It's
fact
about
is
losing the role
you can
players.
keep all the stars you want.
Yep.
Yeah, Phoenix, you can run it back with them stars, but guess who's playing the 3? Bobo.
like
That ain't good. Guess who's your center? You know what I mean? Like that does make it such an intriguing thing. That's why I think Adam Silver creating this parody is very interesting. What was you gonna say, Joe?
What was I about to say? You know I'm old. I gotta remember what I gotta say.
Oh, Jordan, your thought.
Oh,
Oh,
no, no.
Nope, he's back on.
I remember now. No, it was. I was saying it was the attrition of when you lose certain, like the Warriors when they lost once. Gary Payton II. You know, you losing. Who was the other guy? That was the MVP. That was actually
Harrison
MVP.
Barnes.
No, he was
No,
MVP.
Andre Iguodala.
But he got
Iguodala.
old.
Yeah.
But like that's the fabric of your squad, the depth of your team. So if those things start to happen, that does affect, you know, in terms of you having some type of longevity. But you know, I look at like Oklahoma, for example, had with KD, with Russell, with Harden at that one point in time. Can you imagine that? where if they actually grew to that could have been a dynasty if all of them are together with the right.
But
coaching.
I think that's what makes this interesting.
Yeah.
You almost can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can't build the rest of your team.
Shout out to Ron Holt. Shout out to my dad.
You shut up, Ron Holt. Got the color right in the studio. Although we got a camera issue on this main one, Pop, if you could come through and check that out for us. You know he's coming. That's why I love it. He's gonna be here tomorrow. But no, like I think that's what makes this interesting. Right back in the day, every team had 2 stars. Now you built around those 2 stars. All your great teams, right? When you look at Bulls, right? It was Scotty, it was Michael. When you look at the Lakers,
it's a 3. It's been a
but the third dude is usually like the guy that he's like Dennis is a star, but Dennis wasn't making that much.
But there's an element of rebounding and defense. To me, I think most of the NBA, especially, I don't want to accuse of being an old guy.
Well, you are old.
But the most of the teams, it was usually defense. You got to still score.
Yeah, defense wins
But-
championships.
Yeah, but
See, when Mike had Horace, like everybody, like when Horace left, and even though when Mike left, and it was Horace and Scotty, they still made it pretty far.
Get your shots ready, guys.
I'm just saying.
They did. They made it
when
to
he
the
leaves
ECL.
and goes to Orlando,
A bad. If
it was Shaq and Penny, but then when
if we
Grant,
don't get cheated out of that call, we go to the finals.
but my point is when Grant goes to Orlando,
Yeah.
they are now a solid team. Like they're a contender now. Like someone has to do the dirty work. Why Dennis Rodman worked for the Pistons? He sacrificed most of his game to play defense, to stick the guy that he just played defense in
Right.
general. So why even when the Bulls, even when we were number 1, we had the number 1 defense. You had with Joakim, Rose, and Dane, right? Joakim, sorry, I said Joakim.
Yeah,
I got French in there. Sorry. Anyways, but the point is that having defense matters a lot. But you can shoot all day. When you were watching the game yesterday, did you see the Pacers against the Knicks?
Yeah.
Outside of plays no defense, they just beat you by outscoring.
Yeah, but you can outscore. But the Knicks basically it was like barn door.
Well, and I
They
think
let
It's
them.
also because they got hurt.
They got, but yes, to a degree. But you can still stick defense.
But you also had the Pacers have played better defense.
Joe
They-
Scott.
through the playoffs.
Joe Scott said,
they've
I thought this was about the Bears.
They-
You missed
They-
that.
You missed the Bears portion. Rewind, Joe. Rewind.
They've
Rewind, catch up, man.
situational
They've
stops.
gotten very
situational
important
stops.
situational stops. They cooked the Knicks yesterday. I think here's the thing, though, right? The conversation you're having is not wrong, Joe. The conversation you're having is 90s, though. Now your third guy is making $60 million a year.
Cap.
I don't think that you can still do that. I think if you're going to have a long-term successful team, that third guy needs to be a Rodman guy, needs to be a guy that can go out there and be the
Solid
dirty
dude.
work guy.
Yeah.
Because look at what you've got with Minnesota right now. Minnesota going up against Dallas.
Yeah.
Your third guy, really expensive guy, because you've got some cheaper contracts on the other side. But your third guy is Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
That means that you're not going to be able to more than likely keep a lot of the players that you
But
currently have on your
He's
team.
also the defensive player of the year.
Let's just be honest. That title with them right now is overstated.
Well, you're going up against Jokic is a problem.
No.
I think we gotta calm down on the Rudy Gobert's defensive player of the year is overstated. Because there's one. Listen. How many great defenders were there in the 90s?
I mean,
How many amazing defenders were there in the 90s?
A lot of them.
How many of them stopped Michael?
Nobody.
No.
Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Like I'm not sitting here. You could be the best defender in the world and still be worse than the best player in the
All I'm
NBA.
saying is Nas Reed.
Tony Allen got 40 dropped on his head.
This is the difference. A defensive player in the NBA, he'll stop you from scoring 60. If you score 40 or 30,
Exactly. That's a good thing, right?
That means you didn't go off for 80.
No. I said this. Why you're paying a guy like Rudy Gobert because he changes how I can attack you offensively. One thing we didn't see was Jamal Murray going to the paint. One thing we didn't see is Aaron Gordon down there living in the paint. Now he was down there, but usually he was down there in times when Rudy Gobert was getting pulled out and he got a cat on him, and y'all know how that go for sure. Yeah, I mean, but it's about think about Wemby. Think about Wemby this year. How point guards would have wide open lanes to the bucket and be like, I know he's back there. And they would just run out to the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I think it's not so much like back in the day you wanted to see Dennis Rodman go head up with with Karl Malone, and you want to see that battle, and you want to see who's going to stop it. By the way, Dennis lost. Yeah, Dennis lost to Shaq as well. But like you're not stopping the best. But what it changes is now with a Rudy Gobert, the reason he's down there is because all the other 4 guys can't come down there. Who's coming down there? Michael Porter? Michael Porter didn't step foot in the paint this whole series. He was horrible too. Y'all know I love Michael Porter. He was horrible.
Michael Porter.
Stop it, Joe.
Hey,
I want to.
Hey, Joe. I want to cry with you, but he was so bad I can't even cry with you this series.
We can play 7 years later. No, but actually, what is your take that Adam Silver changed the NBA forever?
I think that because of how he has structured how stars get paid, because of how he has set things up for where if you stay with your team, you get more money, different things like that. You're seeing more people stay with their team. You're seeing more teams grow because it's not a 3-year experiment. And you're starting to see that like these super teams that are being built, you can't really build them. Yeah. Like you can't build it. Like Phoenix did all of that to go out in the first round.
Yeah.
You can't really build a team like that because then you're sitting there looking around and you're just like, all right, I need a breather. Who we got?
I mean, what's
Bobo doing here?
And I'm gonna say this too, because a book was presented to me.
A book? I mean, we can say that. Can we not say that? I mean, that's your. You read the CBA.
We have insider information.
You read the CBA. I don't think that's crazy. You read the CBA.
Yeah, okay.
They don't know how you got it.
Yeah. So I read the CBA. So basically, because I'm just saying I'm with you, right? Like you won't be able to continue to build these super teams the way that you're building them.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of trying to make it where at the time the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't have a chance. Now they got a chance to keep Mobley and Garland if they want to. Boston, if they don't win this year,
yeah, they in trouble.
You're talking about because just right now you have $445 million after this season tied up in the Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday.
God dang.
And then you're going to pay Jason.
You got to pay Jason Tatum
$300 million. So you have $745 million tied up into three players.
I should have got Cameron started early.
Yeah, you failed.
So
yeah, I did.
Left-handed pitcher. He's got time. Left-handed pitcher always need.
They don't have time. He's making it so these teams don't have time. He's making it so you get the you can have the OKCs, the Magic.
It's a form of the bird rights.
Yeah.
That you get to keep your players. And so I guess to your point is that the way they structured it made me think of how that Miami squad was with LeBron, right? Because basically
the first
they just kept adding.
Well, no, it was they all got their 30 mil, they all got the little max dollars.
Which one?
They needed
Brian did
the LeBron squad.
The first one.
Yeah, I'm talking about LeBron's team with Bosh and Wade. What they were doing was but they needed the Mike Millers of them to take $1 million.
They all took money.
That was a second.
Chris Bosh had to take a cut.
That was a second.
Guys had to take cuts, but I don't think they're going to allow that, especially the way that these contracts are. I mean, Jaylen Brown was $60 million a year.
Can't go left.
Jesus,
I don't care how many times you look at his hand. Can't go left. And one of the worst dunk contests of all time.
For sure.
Well, I'm happy he was mad because hopefully they reform this garbage because that dunk contest.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think we may be losing that the dunk contest.
No, they're not.
TNT stuff.
Well, hopefully NBC does a better job because I couldn't.
Better job.
Let's just get rid of the All-Star game.
No,
I'm fine with it.
I like the All-Star game.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're fine with getting rid of it?
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Would you? It's not competitive.
Real quick.
That's what the dunk contest
would you be in favor of pushing the All-Star game to the summer? The reason why I said the reason.
Yeah, okay. I'm intrigued.
Let me cook. So
he's agreeing with you.
So you have all these different gyms. You got Jamal Crawford gyms. You got all these different gyms, all these different venues.
Yeah.
the kids are coming out to see these players. They don't get
Saying about the
they
kids no
don't-
more.
But it is.
The
is.
NBA ain't about the kids no more.
I push the game to the summer.
Yeah.
I put it in one of these venues
Yeah.
that Jamal Crawford plays in, or you can put it in the Drew League, whatever.
Well, you putting it in a stadium,
Yeah.
bro. You're not putting it in a high school gym.
That would make more
I'm not
sense.
mad at
no,
that,
you know
though.
why? Because it
You
really
would make it would be so much more clout than putting it in an actual gym.
well, it's summertime one, and
Yeah.
then two, the guys are beat up by the
Hey,
mid-season anyway.
No,
so
and I'm gonna be honest with you, the NBA needs something.
And then
They just lost
then
Christmas. Like y'all know, no one's watching basketball games on Christmas.
And then you separated
football is there.
yeah,
You separated like the NHL does, right? Because at their All-Star game, they split the teams up.
Ain't nobody watching the NHL All-Star game.
Right, I'm right, but I'm saying they split the teams up. So I mean, it could be.
I'm not mad at
way.
that. I'm not mad at that as a take. I would not be mad at the All-Star game in the summertime because I think one, you're like basketball star. Like we watch Summer League, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we be sitting there like, oh my God, look at Dragic Vostner out of France. We picked him up for $200. Yeah, I mean, like
first pick in this draft.
Yeah, I mean,
Dragic Foster.
Dragic Vostner. Yeah, I mean,
Look at that three ball.
We
Look
just-
at that vitriol.
we picked him up for $200 and a pack of smokes. He's gonna be in the G League for a week and then be right back over. Yeah, I mean, like, so I wouldn't be mad at that. That would actually be fire. That's not a bad idea. We need to pitch that to Adam Silver, Ringo. Because to me, here's my thing. You have to make me want to see the All-Star game. I don't care about seeing all the stars together.
well, if they're healthy and relaxed, like to a point, now you probably get some actual real competitiveness.
But
You
I
know,
just I
guys
think
are fresh.
Yeah, it's that's the thing too. It does have to be competitive. I don't care about seeing the stars together because they're not competing.
No.
Like if I want to see LeBron versus KD,
No.
and listen, maybe this upcoming generation will be the change for that because Ann ain't got no friends.
To your point,
Ant like we going at your head.
I think LeBron ushered in. He was one of the guys that ushered in just being too scared to be the one when the lights was bright to actually show up.
Boo!
Yep. Yep.
Bro,
Now, he don't want to take the dunk contest.
Kobe wanted that one-on-one smoke with him, and he passed the
Yeah,
ball.
Kobe was the last dog. Dog. I gotta get the dog.
I hate that
that.
Drake stood up in that picture.
I
I really hate that
That's
Drake
crazy,
stood up in
yeah.
that picture. You know, there's a picture of like Kobe and LeBron one-on-one in the All-Star game. Brian is like smiling at him.
No.
And then like I think Steph is in the corner or something like that. I forget who all's in there. And then it's just Drake standing up in an OVO jacket like this, just like you're not coaching. Sit your dumb self.
You sure wouldn't
Yeah,
take
yeah.
See, that's the reason Kendrick went at your head top right there. He's pissed about you ruining an iconic Kobe picture, you bastard. Hey man, let's finish this thing. I appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. I guess we should give a quick prediction for these Western Conference Finals, but we got to get the best and worst. But I mean, listen, I got to give credit to Anthony Edwards where credit is due, man.
Yes.
Coming back from down 20. Versus the defending champions. I cannot wait to drop this song. Versus the defending champions. There's I mean, listen, he's not Michael. But it doesn't feel like he's ever out of the game. And that feels very Michael and Kobe like.
22
I was
years
proud
old.
of the whole team though. I was proud of Nas Reed. There was some he balled out.
He was the X factor.
and Cat had a big putback where he came and dunked.
Hey,
and, like,
after
just
one of
put-
the dumbest Cat.
Yeah.
I love Cat. I love
I hate
that's-
Cat.
No, I don't know what I feel about Cat. I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds crazy. But
I
no,
Cat
like
too.
honestly, bro,
I like Cat.
I like Cat. But no, honestly, like, bro, he one of the lowest IQ players I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like that foul right before that, it's just like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Why are you grabbing him? What happened
Then
that
acting
made
like
you
he
think
didn't do it.
this is the right play?
You-
And then right down on the other side, because it's just instinct for him. He can't help himself. He's just doing it. On the other end, miss shot, put back jam to put you up. And it's like, this boy just playing off instinct and vibes right now.
But you know what
I mean,
that means there's hope. We keep Zach LaVine because there's no point in getting
No,
rid of him.
don't
'cause
you,
he's
don't you
We
do
gotta
that.
get Anthony
No,
Edwards,
We
though.
just need another person.
We gotta get
Anthony
He's the third.
Edwards.
I've been saying that Zach was number 2, if not number 3 option on this squad.
Don't you
So
do it.
but there's no point in getting rid of him.
Don't you do it.
You're not gonna get nothing for him. So you might as well put somebody else in there to help.
My
I don't
God.
think nobody want to pay that.
That his salary now
Actually
is a bargain, isn't
You
it?
know what? You're absolutely
It
right.
is a
'cause
bargain now.
I saw a trade where it was like
He's just not healthy.
trade Zach to the Nets for Ben Simmons and like 2 future
Ben
first-round
Simmons.
picks.
I'd
I
rather take
Ben
Josh
Simmons,
Giddey.
no way. That dude is not a winner.
Well, he
at
on-
all.
he
No.
on
Not
a-
anymore.
He
never
never
was.
was.
Never was.
I never
never
remember.
respected Ben
Listen,
Simmons.
and y'all know me. I'm not a massive college basketball guy until usually the tournament. I remember watching Ben Simmons and just going, I don't think he loves basketball. I think he's playing because he's 6'10". And he realizes there's nothing else for me to do.
That's exactly.
He got
what it
booted
is.
from his
He couldn't lead his
Australian
team. My thing was you couldn't even advance in the college playoffs, where it's like in the tourney.
He never made it.
But you're the
He
number
never made
one
it. Yeah, I was
guy.
gonna say LSU never made it.
LSU. No.
Right. I stand corrected. He was bad. He didn't lead his team. That was my issue with him.
It was
He's
just individual
just
talent.
there
No,
to get the money.
I can deal with you not leading your team. Maybe you're not a leader. I can deal with you not being a leader.
No,
I don't think.
not when you're the number one guy
Yeah, but I mean, listen.
in the world.
When he wasn't the number one guy in the world.
He went number one.
Oh, that's just because he had the most talent.
He said,
That- no.
That's just because he got
That-
the
that
most
was
talent.
actually-
No,
that
that don't
was
mean
Jalen
that don't
Brown.
mean he was the
number
number.
one- consensus number one pick.
Exactly
In the world.
because he's talented and you're hoping.
I'm just saying.
Because here's the thing: you can be talented in the NBA and not be a leader.
Very,
that's-
very true.
You can be
When you're the
very,
number
very
one-
talented,
the
and
number
so
one pick.
you knew where you were. You knew what team you were kind of trying to put together here. And I think Embiid was already on the team at that point.
Yeah.
So you knew Embiid was the leader of that team, kind of, and you were going to work things out with Ben Simmons as they came. But, bro, I swear, I watched him at LSU, and I was like, I don't think he liked basketball. I think he's just good at it.
Yeah, he's
Bro,
not.
like,
there. He's there to collect the check.
It's a
and
hobby for
Mission
him.
accomplished. He
Yeah.
got it done.
Yeah,
he got his
Mission
money.
accomplished.
He got his money. So what are we thinking for the man?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's a tough one.
I'm not betting against Ant, and
I'm
I
going
think
with the
that
Wolves,
Not at all.
I think that the Gobert and Cat make a big enough difference to slow down some of the success that Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, and who's the other big that I missed, and Derek Lively
Derek-
I'm
Isaiah Lively,
have shown.
Derek Jones Jr. Yeah.
DJJ might still have a little. Well, you got to deal with Najee. You know what it is? It's this is a matchup I want to see because Luka's amazing. Luka's banged up, but Luka's amazing.
Yeah.
Kyrie is amazing. I will say if it is a close series, and I think that this will be a very close series, I'm giving the coaching advantage to the T-Wolves. I think that Chris Finch is a better coach than Jason Kidd. Y'all know I'm not a big believer in Jason Kidd.
I love Jason
as far as a coach. I think Jason Kidd is
he was a great player.
he's a great player.
I'm not saying coach.
I think Jason Kidd coaches the way he wanted to be coached. When Rick Carlisle finally let Jason Kidd just like do what he wanted to do, they won an NBA championship. It only took him 4 years to finally realize that. So, yeah, I mean, like, I think that's how he coaches. He's very hands-off. He's very, hey, y'all figure this out. We're going to come together. We're going to talk about this. But I think if he didn't have one of the greatest guards to ever dribble a basketball in Kyrie Irving, and two, arguably a top 3 player in the NBA in Luka Doncic, he wouldn't be winning like this.
I like that it seems to be a little bit of balance. I mean, you have two, like you said, two dynamo players with Doncic and Kyrie.
Yeah.
So like that's going to be a very interesting dynamic because with Cat, I mean, does Cat kind of, cheat off where he's sticking Doncic, and then you got Ant-Man said, "I'm sticking Kyrie." That's what he said.
Yeah. No, you saw what he did to Jamal Murray, which I ain't gonna lie.
That's great.
Hey, listen, I love you taking on the challenge, young guy.
Just hopefully you don't take your ankles up.
Kyrie.
You leave that guy alone.
That dude is special. around the
you
rim,
you
dog.
leave that
Amazing
guy
finisher.
alone. Joshua Simmons said that's hate, Pat. It's not hate. It's not hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate Jason Kidd.
Hate.
Jason
Hey,
Kidd
you
was
got
one of
hate
my
in your heart,
favorite
let it
players.
out, man.
I got
But I
Jason
don't
Kidd
feel
for
like
it.
he's. Guess what? When the talent wasn't there last year, guess what he couldn't do? Couldn't coach his way out of a brown paper bag.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
You need talent. Y'all know what I said.
So
Talent
need
is
talent.
more important in the NBA than coaching is.
So you got Wolves and
That's a
what?
fact.
shout out to SWAT. My man said he's Breeze Nation live from Houston, Texas.
Shout
I
out
work
to
right
Swap,
now. Said
man.
to stop by and show some love. Appreciate
Give
you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
give me Wolves in 6 because I ain't gonna lie. If it gets to a game 7, Kyrie might shut that
Yeah,
down. Hey, if it get to game 7, I'm changing my prediction. I ain't gonna stop with
Wolves
you.
and 6 is good.
I
I
can roll with that.
roll with that.
All right, let's move over to the Pacers and the Celtics game series.
I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
It's
I
just
know.
a runner-up for the champion.
I know. Nah, it's just you know what it is to me.
Boston.
I don't trust Boston.
Yeah.
When the pressure's most, they do
He
not
is
show
on.
up.
They look like they should win.
He
They-
is on.
I don't know.
Now they
Yeah.
played well. They played well in the last series. I mean, the one advantage I give Boston is Boston's not going to game 7s. Boston is more rested, but I do think that Indiana has a little bit of there's kind of like that momentum where it's like we had a day off, we right back at it, we're already in rhythm. Here we go. I think that they absolutely need Kristaps Porzingis back for
The
them to win
unicorn.
this
Hey, Miles
series.
Turner
if the
been
unicorn is
hooping.
there.
Miles Turner been hooping.
Yeah.
But they are the more rested team by a lot. I think that if this goes to a 5 and or 6 game series, that will affect you. I'm gonna say Boston in 6 because I think that Indiana will eventually get worn down. But I do not trust Boston.
I'm gonna go Indiana in 7. That pace of play, it impresses me every time. I still think that Indiana is just a walkover. In Boston, they've had their chances. For whatever reason, I
remember
feel
when you
like
picked
they
the
always
Bucks?
come up short when it
That was nice.
matters the most. What'd you say, Rico?
I said, remember when you picked the Bucks?
Doesn't matter.
I
Anyway,
told
Indiana
you,
Pacers. I got
Pacers.
Indiana Pacers in 7.
Nah, so I've been pretty much rocking with the Pacers throughout this entire thing, but I hate this. But I'm
It feels dirty, dog.
I'm going Boston, but they have not been tested. I want a Minnesota Boston series so bad because Boston just looks like they going through the motions, and
The defense of Minnesota will eat them alive.
Yeah,
Really? Yeah, for real.
Absolutely. So I got
What
Boston
you got, Joel?
6.
Joel's actually watching basketball now, guys.
Hey,
I watch basketball.
Shout out
It
to him.
matters.
Tommy Harris on the spot.
Hey,
Bulls are
it's Tommy
trash.
Harris playing out there. Tommy Harris out there somewhere.
Oh man,
Juju?
Hey,
Hey,
All right.
yo, oh,
Relax,
God.
relax, calm down.
Take that.
Anyway. No, I won't. I'm going for a Boston and Minnesota finals. I'd like to see that. I can see 6 games with this. You know, they probably come out. Boston's rested, and they come back with me. I think they 4-2. What?
I'm just laughing at the chat. Charlie C is yelling, "Talk football."
Talk football.
Is
Hey,
it the
guys,
same dude?
guys, guys.
Oh, that's
I
another
gotta say this. It's a sports talk show. It's not just a football show. We talk about everything here. Here's the thing. We talk about whatever the most relevant news of the day is. You know what's always the most relevant news of the day to start off? The Bears. That's why you see that on the thumbnail more times than not. Would you like us to tell you about the Chicago Bulls coaching updates?
Yeah, trust me. If we could talk about the Bears
Unsealed
all
Craig,
day,
that's
we would. We're starting. It's the summertime now, so it's about to be
we got to
interesting.
stretch it out. Yeah.
We have some good content coming up for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, we want to break
Bird talk pickleball.
talk pickleball.
That's a stretch for real.
If this is a wild question, we got to get the best and worst, but this is such a great show. If there was a sport that is not popular in America right now that you think is next up, what do you think it is?
That's not. Well, I think it depends on the players, man. Like with
Not popular.
I don't know.
Like something else that's gonna get big money.
Oh, like the next fad.
The next big money thing that's not popular in America. I
haven't been
Or
scouring.
in other
I don't watch
countries.
ESPN The Ocho.
Hey, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. I think if America put real money into rugby might catch it.
Hey, rugby is fun to
It
watch.
might.
Rugby is fun to watch.
I've been seeing because I
scrum
know
mess.
this
Too
isn't
boring.
out of the country, but like the bags tournaments. I don't like.
All right, guys.
Hey,
Hey, Ringo said I need bagos on. I don't call it the other one. I don't like the other name. I need bags on.
that's tough.
On ESPN
tough.
at 9:00 in the morning.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think? Hey, now bowling be getting it. You know what I saw? I saw a great darts game one time
Oh,
on ESPN
oh,
Ultra. Oh, they was
dark.
going at it, bro. I'm talking about that crowd was shaking, bro. That crowd was shaking, bro. They was going at it.
Oh no, you know what's it call it? What cornhole is taking a?
That's bags. We're gonna call it that.
Okay, bags.
Yeah,
Well, they officially
I
call
don't
it
like that name.
Well, they officially call
I
it
don't
that.
like that name.
Well, I hear you, but that's a game.
Bags.
All right, well, bags. Either
Thank
way,
you.
it's taking. You know.
Thanks for listening to Ringo.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I was listening.
Yeah,
I know you wasn't.
I was.
Hey, let's
focusing.
get into best and worst. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review.
Sorry,
y'all know what to do. They really put breakdancing in, so I'm waiting for spades. Spades, yo, spades as a sport.
No, Monopoly. No, Monopoly. Why haven't we even thought of that?
You going to
I
jail?
mean,
You going to
we-
jail?
I mean,
You going to
I mean,
jail
we are supposed to
automatically?
be streaming Monopoly out here.
I don't think you need to be the person that's requesting that.
Oh wow!
You don't even go to the game.
Oh.
All right, I got you. I got you. Hey, you better have Malik Davis take some advice
Hey.
from Tom Brady when he goes to the Giants.
I'm not
That's
gonna
all
lie
I'm
to
saying.
you though. Like how World Series of Poker is, if you got like World Series of Monopoly, bro, but they using like real money. Oh my
That
God!
would
You
be
talking
cold.
about you get the red properties, bro?
That
You'll
would be
break
cold.
somebody's
Hey,
soul.
wait, no, but how would you,
$1,500 a pop.
how would you even break down the negotiations on that though?
Oh, you get a timer. You get a timer.
Yeah,
Yo,
you definitely need a minute.
Yeah, you get a minute.
minute.
You get a minute to figure out a
Can't just have
deal.
a long conversation.
You signing real contracts because it's real money. The government get involved.
Bro, them games they never end.
Oh man, let's finish it out here. Best and worst of the weekend. We do this every Monday where we look at the best and worst things that we saw over this weekend. Boys, not gonna lie to you. One of the best things that I saw this weekend, and this may be the video game nerd in me, but I believe it was Friday. I think it was Friday. That NCAA football trailer came out. Oh yeah. Hey,
Oh yeah.
hey, the breeze may end. I may lose myself in the basement because I am going to be in some child's house that on the game, recruiting. No Diddy. Hey, that's crazy. Don't you dare. I'm gonna be not you too.
Yeah,
That was crazy. I thought on myself. That was crazy.
That was pretty bad.
I'm gonna be in some second grader's crib on the game.
Even worse. I mean, he just
recruiting to his mom.
We're gonna switch over.
Recruiting to his mom.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta go back. Recruiting to his mom about what he's gonna be doing in 2045, so he can come to my school. And it's all gonna be lies. It's a video game. I'm lying to these kids, bro. I'm straight up lying. I am not turning them into men. I'm not sending them to the league. I don't care. And I do feel the greatest thing out of all of this is
process is diabolical.
hey bro, you wanna know what the greatest thing out of all of us is? Stacking up on running backs.
Oh man! Wow!
Hey, you wanna know why?
Wow!
You wanna know why? They got no choice but to only be there 3 years. Get your
Wow.
dumb ass out of here.
Oh man! Bro, that's gonna be
Oh
wild.
God,
That's gonna
bro,
be
it's about to
wild.
get crazy. That was a wild thing to say. That was crazy. Ron said, "I'd throw the red flag."
That's a challenge. That means he gets a challenge.
Yeah, I
No,
might
no.
need to challenge that one. No, that was crazy. I think I accept that was crazy. What was the best thing y'all saw this weekend?
For me, I put it on.
You
the
shut your
screen.
mouth, Rodney. The Cubs didn't do that bad.
Oh, that was my worst.
Tyson Fury lost. That was the best.
Yeah.
That was the best for me because I never really liked him. I was tired of that big lug always get knocked down. He always get up. It's like stay down. So he finally lost.
Ain't he like 40 though? Like, it's kind of time for him to
No, I
lose.
think he's in his late.
I think
30s.
Tyson Fury kind of old, my boy.
Either way, now this guy Alexander Usyk or something. He's like the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Now.
35.
Yeah, he's mid-30s.
You know what I like
He's
about-
had a run for a long time.
You know what I like about Usyk? He can box.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury couldn't box.
Yeah, he was just big. The joke is 6'8".
He kept beating Deontay Wilder. Like,
And Wilder was just
I mean,
Wilder-
he also couldn't box.
Wilder
He couldn't
only
box.
had
He
the one
would
punch.
break
It was the
Hey, bro, Wilder literally used to just hold his hand and be like, let me size you. I'm gonna kill you.
But no, what Wilder will do, he'll start boxing, gets infuriated, and he just goes way.
yeah.
Like what is? I mean, I kind of like that when he's knocking guys out, but that technique does not help you in the long run. So I was
D-Boy said they was giving him 27 counts with Wilder though. Hey, he did. I ain't gonna lie. That 10 count was long. That was a 1.
so my worst
2. I was like, wait a minute, dog.
Worst for me would be this
Oh,
heinous.
my God.
This heinous, my
God, bro.
Jeez,
take that.
that. No, man. That's
Speaking of being in the house.
I mean, like I did not believe that Cassie. I thought she was telling the truth.
I thought she was telling
but
the
to
truth.
see that, I mean, you've been hearing stuff about Puff for years, for decades. I mean, how he treated a lot of his artists and all that type of stuff. And just to hear, you've been hearing all these little rumors about, all the little nasty stuff that he would do over the years. But, now you get some video and see this type of stuff. And it's like, but he doesn't even apologize to the girl, to Cassie. He's like, hey, it was the worst time of my life. It's like, yeah, we were running out with the towel. Like,
I was messed up. I went to go see
what? But see, what makes me sad about it is that, like, when I see some of there's another girl that had came out and said that he was abusive to her and all that type of stuff. And for me personally, it's like I have daughters that kind of look like those type of girls, and I would be terrified if you find that they get with someone that has that type of narcissistic psycho mentality, because those are the guys that will go and move heaven and earth to get the finest girls and all this type of stuff.
Absolutely.
And that bothers me. So
hey man, you gotta know who you associating yourself with. That's the real thing. And a lot of people in the industry said, do not be around him.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, I mean, 50 been telling you for years.
Yeah. Gene Deal,
50 been telling you. 50 ain't hid nothing. 50 much just like, and that's the thing. It's like, it's so weird because now it's like all this shock and outrage with Puff.
Yeah.
When Puff had been this great guy in the industry and all this stuff, it was like, no, he ain't. 50 been telling you everything about this dude for years.
This is true too, Reginald. I definitely believe Clive Davis, because I don't believe for not 1 second that he did not know about Whitney Houston having a drug problem that she did. And he didn't do nothing to take care of that woman that made him all that money. So I believe all those dudes is just as crooked as they
must
come.
be dirty, dog.
It is what it is. Yep.
But yeah, that bothered me.
That was a worst. That was a real worst.
Was a worst. It's just like, because you're like, no.
It was impressive though. I got to figure out that towel tying technique. He did a lot in that towel, bro.
Crazy.
He did a lot. Like,
he didn't hold one and
bro, he wasn't holding the towel, bro. The
held
towel was just up there. I don't know what technique he's using.
Man, use a double Windsor on
but
double Windsor is crazy, bro.
But bro, I'm talking about he was running full speed in that towel. And it didn't move. That was insane.
Yeah.
Those are my best and worst. So.
That's your best and worst, Jordan. What you got?
My best, actually. Shout out to Nova for mentioning it. I had a lot of friends. I missed out, but this is the start of the Fest weekend or festival in Chicago, where you got a lot of
Wicker Park or something.
Margarita Fest happened in I believe in Wicker Park.
Is it Wicker Park Fest?
I believe it was in Wicker Park. Yeah.
Was it in Wicker Park?
I believe it was in Wicker Park. You gotta fact check me on that, Nova. But a lot of friends went out there. They said they had a good time. I believe next week is Wing Fest. That sounds good.
I think
Rib Fest is coming up. Yeah.
When is Steak Fest?
I don't know when steak. Actually, I don't think there is a steak
figure
fest.
out when the Steak Fest is.
I need to start that. I'm gonna make a vendor.
I'm surprised you don't get the emails.
Hey, watch. Hey. I'm just saying, if there was a steak fest, your boy would know.
He's got the app.
He got the app.
When's Giant Fest?
They said it was in
Giant
Pilsen.
Fest, Ringo.
Okay.
Penthouse said it was in Pilsen.
Wait.
Uh-oh. CAP.
My worst of the weekend.
He said Jordan got a Kenny's Ribs credit card.
You doggone right.
I got to cash in my points.
Hey, Jordan.
Kenny's Ribs credit card.
Bro,
That's hilarious.
Kind of like,
that is hilarious.
Bro, yeah. Dog, Jordan got to get an app, bro. He's got to just be like, meats near me.
Hey, man.
Which could go south fast, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, that can
be
take
very, very clear about what I mean.
Meats near me? Meats near me, bro.
Oh, bro.
That's crazy.
we got to make a shirt on that.
He got a Kenny's Rib credit card.
Said that Grady? Oh, yeah, it would be Grady.
That is wild there. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm ending the show on that. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. Showing
My
love.
head hurts.
I
I can just
I
see
had one, but
him
forget it.
smiling.
My worst of the weekend was the Cubs. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because that was
Yeah,
a
they
pretty
did
bad
bad. I ain't gonna
weekend.
lie.
Shout
My
out
worst
to
of
San
every
Fran.
weekend is the White Sox. But
Oh,
hey,
I do have a
man,
headache now.
appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love. Is it? hey, is it? Is it a car? Like it's a credit card, and on one side is green, on the other side is red, like a Texas Day Brazil.
Oh, yeah, like
I'm actually going out.
Hey, I like that.
I'm actually going in this coming weekend.
I
I'm
love
supposed to
Texas
go
Day
there.
Brazil.
No, I'm going to Fogo de Chao. That's what
Same
I'm
thing.
going.
Still,
Same thing.
still delicious.
Yeah, it is.
Get in my
All right.
belly. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan, the Don, the super producer, Joel Holt, and of course, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See Red, Bear Don, White Sox, go White Sox. Hard Hawk Hockey, Skytown, USA. Let's go. One of y'all want to say the other one?
Go Cubs, go.
Go
There
Cubs,
you
go.
go. There you go. Negroes best.